Hi Sonia, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. And you?
I'm good, thank you. Back from another international break, how are the squad looking?
Yeah, squad looks good. Probably, as you could see, we have Erin who got knocked on her head. She's in a concussion protocol. We'll see. For now, from the test she had, she's in a good place, I would say, but it will take a few days for her to settle down and to be feeling better. So she will have to follow that protocol. And the other one who came back feeling some pain in her back is Wieke Kaptein. So she wasn't involved in the game with her country, the last game with her country. So yeah, we are assessing her. She didn't train today. She's probably able to train tomorrow, but she's a question mark for the game on Sunday.
And what does the international break look like for you? Are you doing a lot of preparation? Are you watching a lot of football?
Yeah, I always take that time to reflect on the previous block, reflect from myself with the staff on our results, our performances, and training sessions, everything around the team. I also use that time to watch a lot of footballs and in international games. With the technical staff, we always make sure we cover all the games for us to see our players in their national team environment. I take some time off also for me, not having games on the weekend. I spend time with my family.
Lovely. Can I ask you a little bit about Everton, what you've made of their season so far, and perhaps some of the games and results maybe not reflective of their performance?
Yeah, I think I would say the same. I think some of the results don't reflect the performances they had. The game against Man City, they lost the game 2-1, but they hit the post and they created a lot of opportunities in that game. I think probably where they are standing in the table right now is not reflecting the way they are playing, and it's a team who is creating more and more opportunities. They are scoring more and more goals, and I think it's a difficult team to break down.
And for you, Chelsea have scored in all 31 WSL matches that they have played under you. Some managers like to work solely firstly on defending and knowing if we don't concede we're less likely to win. Is your philosophy more of a, if we score more goals, we'll beat our opponents? Because that's certainly something you don't seem to struggle with.
Yeah, I guess, from my philosophy and who I am, I like better my team to play and to try to score many goals we can in the game, and even if we have to win the game 5-4, I will be more happy than only winning 1-0, even if I was a defender. So the ideal for me is to be able to score many goals and not to concede a lot.
That's great, thank you. Best of luck for the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rach. I'll come over to Emma next, please.
Hi Sonia.
Hey.
Obviously on the BBC yesterday we had our piece about the increase in abuse on social media in football, and you included that, spoke very well about it. I was just wondering if you'd had any reaction to that, any sort of like people who've got in touch about what you had to say in that, and sort of what the reaction has been from your perspective.
Yeah, I received a lot of messages and support coming from different people in football, outside football. I think in that situation I just wanted to raise my voice to help people understand that's not acceptable to be violent, making comments online, and probably help to people to understand how much it can affect humans when you are in that situation. But most of the time, I want to raise the voice, especially to support my players, because they are the ones who sometimes also receive a lot of abuse, and I think that's not normal behaviors, I would say. And my players are always going on the pitch, making sure they give the best of them, they give their all, and they perform at the highest level, wanting to be the best version of themselves. And they always have to perform under pressure, so I think that's enough for them to worry about, and I don't want people to think at the end of the game that's okay for them to make these bad and violent comments. So yeah, that's why I spoke about it, and I just want a lot of people, the social media companies, all the clubs to take action against that now, and to probably try to find some solutions for that not to happen in the future.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. We'll go over to Helen now, please.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi, Ellen.
As Lydia's not here, I can mention rugby because she doesn't like it when I say rugby for some reason. So the rest of the week I've been talking to rugby head coaches, places like Saracens, Harlequins, etc. And they say when the weather changes, the way it's changed quite drastically in the last couple of weeks, it affects not just training, but it affects maybe even how they select the team, because it won't be what one of the players called champagne rugby or champagne sport, if you like. It has to be a little bit more physical. And I wondered if you have to factor in that kind of thing, you know, when you are selecting for players at, say, Kingsmeadow.
I'm not sure I really understood the question. So maybe I'm going to ask Sam to give me a brief about that. But
Helen, if I've taken the question correctly, are you saying that like the elements, the weather in rugby, they're saying affects the team selection in some circumstances, and so whether that happens with you when you're selecting your team? Is that right?
Yes, and the pitch itself. You know, you can't play such beautiful, delicate football, rugby in their case, if you have got a harder pitch and you've got teeming rain, etc.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Sorry for that, Helen, but I wanted to make sure I had the correct answer. So for me, the weather and the conditions around the pitch, the weather again, always affect the performance. Sometimes when it's windy, rainy, I think as much as you want to play beautiful football on the ground, I think you have to change a little bit and have a more direct style of football to be more efficient in the game. I wouldn't say it will affect my selection from a player perspective, but I know sometimes in some teams you have players who are more keen to play technical football, and when the pitch or the conditions are not really helpful, I think it's more difficult for them to perform. So I think when it's the case, you also need to select players who are mentally ready to go into the game, to be ready to fight, and that's sometimes something you need to consider.
Brilliant. My second question is, I asked Jocelyn this morning at London's City Lionesses about this as well, but as you spent a lot of time in the French League, what do you think's gone wrong at PSG? Because in the Champions League they still haven't got a single point. They seem to have fallen off a bit of a cliff, and I wondered if you had an opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, I know really well PSG, I know the club, I know the players, the staff. It's always difficult as a manager who is not involved in that team to make some comments, because I don't have all the full picture on what is happening over there. But if you look at their squad, the last few years and last few seasons, they lost a lot of players, and I think they lost a lot of quality and talented players in the squad. And I know that really well, because when I was the Lyon manager, we almost every year we recruited the best players for PSG, and they were coming from PSG to Lyon. So I think that's probably also part of the fact they are struggling now, getting more results and being performant in the Champions League. I think this team is probably in transition. They are trying to fight to find some really good players to help them to perform at the highest level. But by the fact they just lost many players with a lot of quality, it doesn't help for them to perform.
Thank you very much, and good luck at the weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Helen. We will finish off with Eleanor, please.
Hi.
Hello.
You were talking earlier about having a positive approach, but obviously you've been on this unbeaten run at home for such a long time. I just wonder, is there any danger subconsciously that the approach becomes more like trying, not to lose rather than trying to win?
No, I will always try to win the games when I approach them, as myself, but also I think that's who we are as a club. So yeah, we have quality enough in the squad to make sure we approach every game with the desire to win. I think that's part of our DNA. The winning mentality is also part of the values we have every day. So I would say, yeah, we approach every game to try to win them. And again, we are playing home. I think we are in a good place in the table, and we want to show our ambitions going into every game. So the game on Sunday is really important. We know the league is really competitive, and it's getting even more difficult each season. I'm expecting Everton to come and to put us under pressure in a challenge, high challenge, but we have all the quality to face that challenge and to be able to win the game.
Do you ever mention the unbeaten run to your players? Is that something that comes up at all, or is it kind of unspoken?
No, I don't mention anything about it. As I just said before, I just think this, unbeaten run is more for you, the journalists who are making this story. But for us, we are more in the mindset where we started a new season. We started from zero. For now, we haven't won anything. We want to make sure we go into every game to have high chances to win the games, to be in the best place possible to compete for trophies again this season.